Thank you so much for joining us on the program Talking Business on ITV. I am Lawrence Osifo, and it's a great pleasure to have you join us on the show this beautiful afternoon. Now, it's a season of budget proposal for the year to come. So states are presenting budget to the Houses of Assembly. At the national level, the president should already be in the National Assembly now with the joint session of both the Senate and the House of Representatives for the presentation of the 2026 appropriation bill and the one you call budget. But here in Edo, we've seen our own fair share on Monday, on Monday or Tuesday, where the governor of the state, Senator Monday Ukpebolo, have sent a budget proposal to the tune of 939 billion 850 million naira to the State House of Assembly for the fiscal year of 2026. Christian, the budget of under the Shine agenda, it was christened by the state governor the budget of hope and growth. So we'll be delving our attention into the budget in itself, how it's going to impact the populace, the people who live in Edo, citizens, whether you're Edolite or you are, as far as you're based here, how will this budget definitely have economic impact on the citizens and everybody in the state. That will be our topic for discussion on the show this afternoon. And I have someone who will be joining me to help me make sense out of the budget. He's a senior special assistant to the governor himself on special duties, the person of Alex Uriesi. Alex Uriesi joins me virtually on the show this afternoon. Good to have you, Alex, and thank you for joining us. If you can hear me. Okay, we have to go on a short break to rejoin Alex Uriesi. Stay with us on the program. All right, thank you so much for joining us again on the program. Let's now delve into the conversation. Like I said earlier, I have the senior special assistant to the Edo State Governor on special duties, the person of Alex Uriesi, who joins me live on the program this afternoon. Good afternoon, Alex, and good to have you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
All right. First of all, before we delve into the budget for 2026, before we start looking at how it will impact the lives of the people of Edo, let's make sense out of 2025 budget, which is still running, still have about, let's say, 2 weeks as the case may, okay, not up to 2 weeks, a week and a few days as the case may be. In your own analysis, do you think the 2025 budget, I think around the tune of 600 billion thereabout, for 2025. Did you think it made a positive impact on the life of the people before we look into the 2026 budget in itself?
Thank you for having me. Yes, the 2025 budget, I can say categorically made a lot of impact. As far as we are concerned, we are aware of the numerous projects that have been in play as at 2025, throughout 2025. In 2025, we had the birth of the Ramat Park flyover come to life, which is one of the major and the most astounding projects Edo has ever had. Are we going to dive into education, where the Commissioner for Education and His Excellency Senator Monday Okpabolo keeps improving the lives of our Edo students, commissioning schools left, right, and center. Even until this day, as at yesterday, a school was being commissioned also. New chairs, new classrooms, new class boards. So after these kids go on break, they are coming back to a serene environment for education, which I know and I believe was part of the 2025 budget. Are we going to go into healthcare, where we have the MDAs like the NHIS and the Commissioner for Education, who are trying to also improve the living or livability lifespan of every Edo indigene. The 2025 budget has indeed been impacted and indeed impacted the souls and lives of the, the Edo indigenes. Are we going to look at the issue of insecurity, which is still being handled, by the way? When we talk about insecurity, we can then dive into the area of cultism. We can both agree that on before now and the former administration, cultism has been a menace, which has been one of our major insecurity problems in Edo State. But as of today, as I speak to you, cultism is sleeping. Cultism has died in Edo State. The task force put together by His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebholo has made numerous and major impacts in the life of Edo citizens. You believe this now. I know you know this. You can walk around in the evening now in Benin. You can walk around in the areas of Edo State, and it is showing impact and improvement. And these are the areas this budget has gone to. And these are just the mere things His Excellency has started with. I can imagine what is to come in 2026. Are we going to look at the areas of road and infrastructure? We can both believe that or understand that one of the most major talked about project that was just completed was the place that erosion destroyed about a year ago, before Senator Monday Okpebholo came into office. Well, go and look at that gully. Go and look at that place that took some lives and destroyed houses and farms in that area. Go and look at it now. It is solid and apt. I'm sure one of your reporters even covered it. And these are evidence that the 2025 budget was impactfully and perfectly used. Senator Monday Okpebholo is not a man that will do a job and will not perfect it. He presented the budget and he carried out the assignment as he said he will, and he has delivered. He has delivered more than more than what I'm sure he set out to do. That's because this is a man that has a vision. This is a man that knows everywhere in Edo State. There's nowhere in Edo State Senator Monday Okpebholo does not know. So in this aspect, he's reaching out to every community. Obviously, Not all areas will be touched in 1 year, but let's give him 4 years and then an extra 4 years, and you see how Edo will drag with the likes of Abuja and Lagos State.
Budget that has been presented to the State House of Assembly, 940 billion naira, higher with 335 billion than that of 2025. So the one of 2025 was lower, that was around 600 billion, but this we have for 2026 is 940 billion naira, christened budget of hope and growth. Talking about hope and growth, a lot of persons might have issues with the name. It is Christian hope and growth. What kind of hope and growth should the average Edolite or someone who resides in Edo be expecting? A breakdown also told us that the capital expenditure and recurrent expenditure of the budget, which we also see the capital expenditure getting higher as high as 637 billion naira, representing 68%, while the recurrent expenditure 302 billion naira, representing 32%. Let's look at first the name Hope and Growth before we now break down the capital and the recurrent expenditure. Do you think the Christian name Hope and Growth is what the people should expect or should get by when we are closing 2026, say by this time next year? Should we expect that really from the part of the governor?
Thank you very much. Hope and growth, hope and growth, hope and growth. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria came into power with renewed hope, and the hope is what we are seeing. The hope now has watered down to Edo State, most especially by Senator Monday Okpebolo, with the good work he's doing. Hope and growth. You talked about the increase of the influx of the budget. Obviously, it was going to increase because the government now has structure, has a plan laid out for where Edo State will be by the end of 2026. You and I will both agree that not too long ago, most commission or all the commissioners were sworn in, and new parastatals and new MDAs were created in order to give Edo people the deserving state and city that they deserve. Senator Monday Okpebolo is a master planner. He knows what he is doing. Not too long ago, we had people who were kind of laughing and calling Edo names, but with their same mouths, they came back to praise Edo State by the doing of what the governor, the executive governor of Edo State is doing. Yes, hope and growth is what we will receive, because there is no way we are going to go back. Not too long ago, yesterday, I saw Christmas lights at the Ring Road roundabout and some other places in Edo State. That is hope in its sense, because not too long ago, nobody thought of putting Christmas lights outside their house because there was nothing to celebrate. Edo State was in a caricature of darkness. Everybody's mind was of sadness and unhappiness. But now that hope and growth by His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebolo has come into power, we can both see it. It is visible. It is visible. Edo is beginning to feel like a city of itself and not a lost glory. And that is because there is a governor who has brought hope. It's not just a budget of figures, it's a budget of impact. We are going to see it by ourselves by the end of 2026, because you will be shocked about the amount of projects that are in that budget that will impact the lives of the Edo indigenes. Are we going to talk about human capital development, which is very important and key? Are we going to look at the lives of the commissioners that were sworn in? Educated people, sound people in their fields. The governor is not sleeping. He knows what he is doing. He handpicked and selected and screened these people who know and are aligning with the vision of the governor to bring Edo State to where it's supposed to be. Are we going to dive into agriculture? Agriculture that we so know. He just commissioned so many agricultural equipment with the Senate president who came to Edo State to commission this project. So are we going to even dive into where agriculture is going to be by the ending of 2026? Agriculture is going to be big in Edo State, which is going to reduce the cost of foodstuff and cost of feeding in Edo State. And then we'll begin to export foods to other states. These are the dreams, the vision and idea that His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebholo is trying to bring into Edo State. The governor does not go around and see other states looking nice and doesn't want Edo State to be like that. He barely does anything for himself or have time to even enjoy the goodness of the office. Instead, he goes about looking for how to impact life. Have you ever seen a governor that responds to issues of a state immediately? That is because the man doesn't rest. The man doesn't sleep. Hope and growth is the only way forward. Hope was lost in the last administration. Hope is gotten in this administration, and we are looking to grow from there. That is a visionary budget that has a way forward. And let's look at the increase of the budget with the influx of more commissioners now to do the right job. Just 300 billion above. That's not even, a lot of people were saying he should have even increased it to 1 trillion and above. But I'm sure he is strategic and understands what he is doing as a governor. And I believe by 2026, you and I, we both sit here and deliberate on how great Edo State has been and will be.
Recurrent capital expenditure gained 637 billion naira, while the recurrent expenditure gained 302 billion naira. You and I know what the capital is meant for and what recurrent is meant for. But the capital, the recurrent rather, is that not too on the high side? Because the recurrent expenditure doesn't really have what it does for the people, if you ask me personally. Because recurrent expenditure is like those money you keep aside to maybe for enjoyment, as the case may be, pay salaries and all that. Wouldn't more more of the percentage have gone into capital expenditure for road construction, healthcare, education, just name the things that the people want, rather than, you know, giving such a kind of a humongous tool for the capital recurrent expenditure rather? That is on one hand. Then two, the budget is said to be funded from you know, IGRO, internally generated revenue, with a sum of 160 billion naira. Why such huge sum to fund the budget? And let's look at the recurrent and capital as we put together.
Thank you for that very sound very sound explanation on the current capital and IG. I want to let you know something. Edo is no more where it used to be. Just not too long ago, we surpassed or increased our IGR as about 6 months after the governor got into power, which means the governor is doing something right. The governor is doing something right, and the IGR is increasing, which means the IGR will now have the capacity to fund some or all of the budget. Then don't forget that His Excellency has master planners, and him himself is the master planner who is working to better the lives of Edo State. Using or having more on the capital, or having more on the recurrent and less on the capital, it is all strategy. It is all strategy. I don't believe we have to have the same kind of strategy that has failed us in the past. If we use the same strategy that has failed us in the past and we are trying to understand where we are going, then we will fail again. But then His Excellency has sat down with his team smartly. I don't even know, the English is just evading me, but I can tell you that that budget is a budget of ideology and growth, and a budget that is going to put Nigeria, that's going to put Edo State on the map. I can assure you that. If we want to start looking at the mathematics, the plus and minuses and all of that, I'm sure you pretty much understand the strategy behind this. But don't forget that a lot has been done in 2025 alone. Most incoming governors or most first-time governors will not do that. They will say, I will do it in my next tenure. They will say, I will do it next year. They will say, I will do it the year upper. But His Excellency started and used all the available resources to begin major projects, not little projects, major projects in his first year. A lot of first timers, a lot of governors will not do that because they would have their own strategy, I don't know, to want to do less and then shout later. But His Excellency is shouting now. and showing you projects that matter, projects that will change. You can see the internal roads that have begun. They said he was not doing roads, but don't forget that he was waiting for the rains to go down. Now the rains have gone down. The roads have begun, they've begun fixing all the roads that have been allocated. Over 250 kilometers of road distance is being covered. And as we speak, His Excellency is still lobbying with the presidency to get more and more for Edo State. I want to tell you this. I want to tell you this. We have given our votes and our trust to His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebholo to run the state, the affairs of the state. And that, I believe, and I assure you, is going to happen. The man is on the road 24/7, making sure that every kobo that has been budgeted for goes into where he says it is
Okay,
going to. I can tell you
Alex,
all the capital
in
projects that
one
have been
minute,
implemented or that
in
will
one
be
minute,
implemented
let's
will
wrap it
take
up
effect.
because we need to go. We're pressed for time.
No
What
problem.
will the average
No problem.
Edolite benefit more come 2026 from this budget? 939 billion naira. That's a huge sum of money. What do we expect more from this budget? The impact on the citizen. In 1 minute, put it together before we go.
The best part of this budget is human capital development. Something that has evaded Edo State and indigenes of Edo State for a long time is hope. There has not been hope for tomorrow, hope to thrive, hope for new businesses, hope for a steady and stable economic environment for people to begin new businesses, the hope for people to dive into different sectors of businesses and then grow. Growth too has been cut short in the past administration. If we look at this administration, there has been a steadiness of everything come good. Are we going to look at the security that is being worked on so much that people have the freedom to move about? That means that goods can move from point A to point B freely. That is a thing that has come to stay. And then I still emphasize on human capital development, which means that there will be growth for the Edo children, there will be growth for our youth, there will be job and job employment. There'll be so many things. His Excellency is looking into a lot of other a lot of things that would develop, that will create jobs for Edolites, like industries and all of that. But I'm sure you will see all of that because the man is a master planner, like I said, and I believe and I know that Edo will thrive through growth and hope
Alex Oriesi
for
is
the
the
2026
senior
budget.
special assistant to the Edo State Governor on special duties. Thank you for your time. Thank you for giving insight to Edolites on the 2026 budget. We appreciate you for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much.
That's the size of our package on the program today. God willing, we'll be back again next week with something more exciting for you. On behalf of my team, we thank you for being a part. I'm Lawrence Osifo. I'll see you again. Bye for now.
The new Edion expressed excitement as they danced and rejoiced before the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawari Benedion, who also joined in the dance. As visiting and paying of homage to various homes of senior elders continued, the initiates spent 7 days performing diverse kinds of rites as required by tradition. They were furnished with rules and regulations regarding their new office as Edion.
That I grew up in this community to the point that they have now also chosen me as an elder in this community. It's a thing of great joy. All thanks to the Esama of Benin, my people, my family, everybody, all Okada community for this great honor. I'm very, very grateful.
Well, this is my brother. I'll call him my uncle because he grew up with my father. I'm so proud of him because we are doing the same rituals as the Edions of the Okada. It is our duty for us to make this place a greater place, for outsiders to come and see the goodness of God in Okada. And I'm proud of every one of us here. So shall it be to each and every one of us in Jesus' name.
Odion ma Okada zima Esama zima dio Bona zima dio Obala zima dio Manawe Mari Esama dio na ni mado pon Esama ni mado gbeken Esama e ma dio wa na Esama magbekene ne osabo obuyo bitu ne baba no get on maga no dia mi maga me manido gbekene ne de na ima yafe ima ato ima agbo oro pa ewu dori ima dia wore ne o be ti agbon ya no we mi maga me we need just to know me afa
In Esama, in our father's house, in respect of our initiation to elders Edion level. As tradition demands, we are here today to come and also pay our homage to him, for him to also pray for us for long life and prosperity.
The climax, after 7 days, was paying of homage again to the Odion way, where he gave the initiate the full rights to function and to henceforth participate in meetings with Edion. It will go down in the history and minds of Okada community, Ovia people, Edo State, and Nigeria in general. The ambience, style, and the colorful ceremony associated with the 2025 initiation into the Edion Council of former Governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakari Igbenedion, his brothers Bright Ayamekwe Igbenedion, Honorable Charles Osenwige Igbenedion, Peter Osawari Igbenedion, Dr. Fred Osawuni Igbenedion, Barrister Mike Osane Igbenedion, Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Gwede Onse, Honorable Efosa Douglas Igbenedion, Ukbonwa Igbenedion, Osawe Igbenedion, Edosa Igbenedion, Dr. Daniel Omorige Igbenedion, as well as Agbong Steve Igbenedion, among other sons of Okada.
Pitches and voices. My name is Kingsley Okoje, your usual anchor on the program. And as usual, my sign language interpreter for today is Cynthia Godwin. Let me, before I go into the nitty-gritty of today's program, let me start by apologizing to our ardent followers and viewers on television that for quite some time, 2 editions now, we've not been able to come on air. But thank God we are back now to do what we know how to do best, which is, of course, talking about disability, creating awareness on issues concerning persons with disability, not just in Edo State, but in Nigeria at large. And today would not be different as we focus our attention to NAVID. NAVID, of course, is the sponsor of this program, Hitches and Voices. And NAVID is Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disability, a non-governmental organization based here in Benin City, Nigeria, that is advancing the rights of persons with disability. NAVID has embarked on a very noble project, and our guest for today, who's to talk about this, is indeed a noble man. He's the program officer for NAVID, and he'll be taking us through what NAVID is trying to do to support the Edo State Disability Commission. I'm talking about Mr. Isaac Noble. Welcome to Hitches and Voices.
Thank you, Kingsley. I'm grateful.
All right. Like it is with NAVID, one of our core mandates, like I said in my introduction, is to advance the rights of persons with disability. And for quite some time, NAVID participated in several activities, calling on the Edo State government to do the needful by passing a law for persons with disability. That was done, and NAVID was not satisfied. Together with other sister organizations, we pushed for the Edo State government to set up a commission for persons with disability that would drive the implementation of the law. And kudos to the current governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo. He set up the commission to implement the provisions of the law. But the commission is in place now, but I'm sure NAVID is still not satisfied. NAVID has started a project to support the Edo State Disability Commission. And I want my guest in the studio today, Mr. Noble Navid, who is the program officer for NAVID, to take us through this project.
All right, thank you so much, Kingsley. I want to especially greet our viewers at home. Compliments of the season to everyone. Yes, NAVID currently is implementing the project. capacity building for justice providers in handling vulnerable groups project. It's a project that is with the support of the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption Program, ROLAC, implemented by International ID and supported or funded by the European Union. It's a very short project, just about 2 months, but one of the aim that we have for this project or goal is to achieve the strengthening of justice sector providers, particularly mechanisms, justice mechanisms in the states to be more inclusive and provide more accessibility for persons with disabilities in accessing justice in Edo State. But particularly at the tail end, when we did that proposal, the commission was not yet on board. So as soon as the commission came on board, we saw a need to retwork the proposal, and thankfully, ROLAC gave us that open door to rework it. And one of the things we want to achieve, which is very critical for us right now, is the strengthening of the newly established Edo State Commission for Persons with Disabilities. So part of the things we're going to be doing in this project within these next 2 months is to strengthen, we call it institutional strengthening. Yes, institutional strengthening of this commission, of the members, and of course the officials, and to ensure that this commission is able to receive the needed support to carry out its function as a commission that is representing persons with disabilities in the Edo State government. And I would want to say that so far we've been able to achieve some level of results already, though the project just began December 1st. But so far, one of the key provisions that we saw in the law, the Edo State Disability Rights Law of 2022, is that the commission is to function with the support of what we call ex-officials. That is, each of the relevant MDAs or necessary MDAs that's to work with the commission are supposed to designate a senior staff member to serve as an ex-official in the board of the commission. And so when this project came on board, we needed to do a training or a workshop where these ex-officials will be on ground. And so what we did was that we began to mobilize. We wrote to the HOS, and then right now we have these ex-officials currently mobilized to the commission. That is a plus for us because before now, that was not there. All right, so but through this project, we're able to mobilize, and this commission right now has expanded its board to include these ex-official members. And just last week here, we had the first 2 days workshop training to train the commission and, of course, these ex-official members on what is required of them to function and to push the commission as a regulatory body to truly achieve its objectives for which it was set up for.
You just said something that's very striking. You mentioned the objective of the commission. How significant is this training? How will this training help members of the commission to effectively achieve the implementation of their mandate?
Thank you. You see, the commission, like I stated, is a newly set up commission, so they are still at the very base level, all right? And giving them the needed support right now is all that is required, okay, to function effectively. Yes, the government has done their part by establishing a commission, but if you notice, during the just concluded International Day for Persons with Disabilities, on the 5th, we organized, in collaboration with the Commission and JONAPID, NAVID organized the 14th Rights Above Charity Lecture. And the theme for this, for the lecture was from establishment to effectiveness, making inclusion the heartbeat of governance in Edo State. So that signifies that we know that government has played its role by establishing the commission. Right now, what we are looking at is to see how this commission can be effective. So the training we did last week was a 2 days workshop to train. We got the consultant to train the commission and, of course, the ex-official members on the statutory role as a commission. And one of the outcome or output from this 2 days workshop is the development of the operational manual for the commission. You know, for example, these are baby steps we are taking, especially as a commission, the commission level. So we are helping them take that step, like we're like providing a guide, all right? So one of the outputs is that we've been able to achieve the operational manual, which is being fine-tuned currently as we speak, All right, and also I want to also let you know that just the previous week before the December 5th, December 3rd program, we were able to even achieve the simplification of the Edo Disability Rights Law of 2022. It's still under this output from this same very project, where the law is being simplified so that the common man can access the provisions of that law without needing a learned colleague to decipher the content of the law. Yes. So that is part of the things we are trying to achieve. And one of the things you will see that at the end of this 2 days capacity training that we did, there was increase in knowledge, all right, on the part of the commission on their statutory role, and also what is expected of them as per the public, and at the same time too, the part that is very important for them is to understand their regulatory function, all right, as a commission. And one of the things that will help them guide their operations was the operational manual, which, like I said, was developed in that workshop. So you see that it's a whole robust program that at the end, in the next 1 year, 2 years, you will not believe how much we would have achieved by this foundation that is being laid.
You talked about an operational manual, which is one of the key documents or one of the fallouts from the 2 days capacity training. I also know that you are working towards developing another document, which is a strategic work plan for the commission, but we'll talk more about that. We'll go on a quick break now. Don't forget the program is Hitches and Voices, coming to you courtesy of Network for the Advancement of People with Visible Disability, NAVID, a non-governmental organization here in Nigeria. We'll go on a quick break now. We'll come back. We'll continue our conversation with our guest, Noble NAVID, a program officer with NAVID. We'll be back. Back from that very short break. If you're just joining us, the program is Hitches and Voices. Don't forget, our conversation has been with Mr. Israel Noble Isaac, a program officer with NAVID, and he's been having conversations with us about NAVID's intervention or NAVID's support for the Edo State Disability Commission to strengthen the commission, to enable the commission fulfill its core mandate. And before we went on break, he was talking about helping the commission develop a operational a document that will help them function very well. Like I said before we went on the break, you talked about a strategic plan. Why do you want to help the commission develop a strategic plan?
All right, thank you. Thankfully, we have a government that's very supportive of the commission since its establishment. And one of the things that we also say is the outcome, an outcome for the commission since inception, is that for the first time they were able to defend their budget, and for 2026 fiscal year they will be operating with a budget. All right. So we, as a development partner, NAVID, we see the need that it is important that they don't just implement programs or projects, but they have a policy drive. All right, so that's why we, with support from the ROLAC program, we are able to, that will be in January 2026, we'll be having a 3-day strategic planning workshop with the commission members and of course the ex officials who have just been inaugurated into the commission to develop a 3-year strategic plan and a work plan for 2026 based on the budgets that have been submitted already to the states for the commission, so that it will be like strategic plans are like roadmaps. They show you direction. They direct you on projects and programs that you do. Is a policy direction. All right. So the strategic plan we are looking at is that it's going to be for 2026 through to 2028, which of course also in addition, like a cherry on the cake, will also be including the 1-year work plan, which is for 2026 for the commission. So that at a glance, even if they are going to be desiring partners to join them to push through with the strategic plan, it will be easier to bring partners on board, to be easier to bring, all right. Yes.
I don't want to want us to be too academic with this program so that an average listener can follow properly. But the essence of all of this is to ensure that the commission functions optimally and deliver on its core mandate, which is to provide for the welfare and to protect the rights of persons with disability. I believe that's the essence of all of this activity. But let's go back to the ex-officio you talk about. I believe these are members of various MDAs who will be working with the commission to achieve its mandate. And I like the fact that you are carrying various members of each ministry along. But I just want you to speak to the specific. Why is it important for these ex-officials to be part of the commission, to understand what the commission is doing so that they can implement it at their various ministry? How important is this?
All right, you just answered it.
I want you to expand on it.
You just answered it because their involvement play a great role. One, at the beginning stage, when you are part of those laying the foundation, you're able to contribute meaningfully to the raising of the edifice. All right. So in this case, the ex-officio coming on board right now at this ground level is very critical. They understand where the commission is and where the commission is going. And so, as representatives of these various ministries are on board, for example, Ministry of Justice, one of their rep was available throughout the 2 days workshop. When he goes back to the Ministry of Justice, his role, his responsibility is to ensure that all the programs the Ministry of Justice will be carrying out henceforth should be inclusive. It should have a disability component, because disability is a cross-sectoral or multi-sectoral issue. All right, and therefore, talking about access to justice, for example, talking about accessing the maybe family courts or whatsoever, he understands the concept, because the truth is that you can't advocate for what you don't understand. So if they are on board, they understand the concept, they understand the idea from which persons with abilities are speaking from. And so when they are at the implementation or policy level in their various ministry, they can make meaningful contributions. Okay, I'm representing this group in this capacity, and I can speak for them in this level. So can we make this program more inclusive? And how do we do it? You will now see them bringing ideas. Okay, we can do it this way because they already have ideas. They've been trained on how inclusive programs should look like.
Oh, beautiful. So, for example, maybe someone, an ex-official in the commission who is a staff of the Ministry of Information, for example, if there's a policy to carry out a campaign or an awareness creation, he's going to speak for the disability community to say, look, we must make this campaign more inclusive.
Thank you.
Because sometimes we see campaigns on television, on radio, and they are not inclusive enough. They don't carry the deaf community along. You do jingles, there are no sign language interpreters to help the deaf community understand what you're talking about. If there's an epidemic now, how is the deaf community going to be aware? So such ex-official will help break down, unbundle these policies, and ensure that they are more inclusive, they are more disability friendly. That's a good one. Let's look at the, you say it's a 2 months program.
Yes.
So at the end of these 2 months, what does NABID hope to achieve with this project?
Thank you. I will just run through the line of project activities that were planned out, so that when I speak to the results, it will be clearer. Especially to our audience out there. One of the things we want to achieve primarily is to increase access to justice.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. For example, strengthening the commission is in a way improving access to justice because persons with abilities will have better representation, both at the government level and also at the monitoring level, where you talk about regulatory, functions. All right. Also, we want to see that the current law, Disability Rights Law 2022 of Edo State, is simplified. Like I mentioned, we are simplifying that law. We've done the validation session just earlier this month, the 3rd or 2nd, I think 2nd of December. And part of that, what we did was to validate the simplified version of the disability law. And after we are done with the, final editing, we'll be producing even braille versions and other large print versions so that it will be available for, the various clusters to access. That's one of the things we want to
members of the public in general.
Yes, of course. Even the digital copy will also be made available for anyone to access it in a simplified language. All right. And secondly, we are looking at conducting a research. All right, on inclusivity of the Edo State Civil Service. All right, because we believe that the current state of the Edo State Civil Service on inclusion all right, is not, there's no data backing. Though we know that the government have tried, the government have tried by employing, you know, persons with disabilities. Just recently, after the 14 at Above charity lecture, you could see that the governor give direct appointments to one barrister Kanyes Idahosa into the Ministry of Justice. That is applaudable, all right, and. We through this project want to strengthen inclusion in the Edo State Civil Service. And one of the ways to do this is through data research, where we can say, okay, this is where we are. All right, this is how far, this is what is commendable from what the Edo State government has done, and also make recommendations. How can they improve? Because it's not enough to employ, it's not enough to bring persons with abilities into this space to work, but are there reasonable accommodations? All right, are there accessible buildings? These are things that we are looking at in this research, and it's going to be, we will make the findings public so that the members of the public can also have access, and also even use it to make decisions, informed decisions moving forward. Then thirdly, we are looking at also this strengthening of the commission. We've talked about it already, the professional manual, and of course the strategic plan for 3 years that will cover the commission's operation, and that will strengthen their operations as a commission. Then also we are looking at a case where we're also going to be creating awareness. For example, this program we're having now is an awareness creation program. Of course. So we are creating awareness not just on the project itself, but also on disability issues, how front burner issues are perceived, all right, by the general public, and how they can better position themselves, you know, in responding. You know, you need to respond right when it comes to disability issues, all right, because that's why we are creating that awareness to ensure that there is deeper understanding. So part of the result we want to see at the end of this project is that there is increase in our awareness, one on disability law, and of course on disability related issues when it comes to access to justice. And also, let me also skip this also. One of the critical components we're also seeing here is that there's an intersection of disability and sexual and gender-based violence. Yes, there's an intersection, because most of the times, most of these vulnerable persons are persons with disabilities, but they don't speak because they don't have a channel to which they can speak. So part of this we're going to be doing this project also is that in next year, January, we're going to be training SAC workers. All right, it's part of this project. We're going to be training SAC workers in Edo State on inclusive practices in handling sexual and gender-based related issues. Yes. We're going to be doing that, and part of the result we want to see is that we'll have more inclusive practices. For example, earlier this year we did a research. When we were doing some of our findings, we find that at the state level in the SAC center, they don't have a database disaggregated by disability. So they agreed to us
to take count of persons who have been violated.
So they agreed to us that persons with disabilities have been violated. They've come to report, but in their database they don't have that, because in their case form, disaggregated by data. So that's part of the reason why we are doing this training also, to strengthen that provision.
All right, we'll continue this conversation. It's quite an intense one, and it's obvious that the program officer for NAVID, Mr. Isaac Noble Israel, has a lot to say concerning this subject. We'll bring him on again to expand more on this conversation, but unfortunately we've run out of time to continue the conversation today. Like I said, we'll stay on this topic and expand on it. It's a wrap for the program today on Hitches and Voices. I'd like to thank you for following us on the program, and for our listeners on radio, thank you for taking our time to also listen to the program today. We'll do this again next week. Till then, my name is Kingsley Okoje, saying spot the hitch and be a voice.
Omonoba Nedu Ukwakolopolo, Ewai II, Oba of Benin, stepped out majestically with loud crowd to perform the Isoton, is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed person's spirit in Benin Kingdom. It is usually heralded by public display of the departed person's influence during their sojourn on earth. The display of a human effigy symbolizing the departed royal matriarch was preceded by the Oba of Benin, who led the procession from his palace to the Immortal Shrine at King Square in Benin City, where he offered prayers for the repose of the soul of the Queen Mother, Ioba Ewai II. Thereafter, the priest assigned to the Immortal Shrine offered Oba Ewai II items for Isoton on behalf of his family. However, chalk, known as Uri, represented a mixture from royal fans after ancestral spirits were invoked to bear witness and announce his arrival. On his way home, Oba Ewai paid tributes at various pilgrimage sites, including Queen Idia Tomb, the Side Oba Market, where a cheerful crowd of traders abandoned their wares to catch a glimpse of the royal personage and join in the celebration.
Certainly the best.
Also, waiting they happen. They happen.
Leave me.
Everybody don't leave you.
Everybody don't leave me. Oh, they're not going to stay again. They pass this place. They go. They shake the house. Big. Everybody. All my children they run. They're not going to stay. Even my neighbor they run. Come on for here. Now let me one come there for here.
Come down. Follow me. Come down. Oh. Every day she they call.
Every day.
So now house we did us now. Yes. So I want to see. It now reach like 5 meter to our house.
No.
So cameraman, you see where we there now?
Yes, sir.
And then what did they happen?
This place, I don dey for years for 26 years. No be like this e be o. Motor dey pass from here to Auchi road. They pass am. They pass from here go bus am for Uniben. Na here I take park enter here. Every just so for this road so now I take park enter here o. Everybody dey here.
The road.
So now once so now e just come be like this. We no know as we go. We don dey abeg go federal government everybody. Me una come help me o. Me una come help us o. No be only me, all my neighbor they don run o. That one wey dey there so the mama you have to just do like that. The soul just enter. The pikin just get hypertension just die. The mama me una come help us o. We no dey sleep o. I no fit go pay for rent o. Nowhere to stay o. Nowhere o. No rent o. If I comot here now say make dem come pay rent, so I go say 500,000. Where money? Abeg o, me una come help us, federal government. Abeg o, see am now e don near my house. Nowhere. See my neighbor o. All the children don still run. Everybody don run comot. Only 2 of us na dey here. Abeg o, me una come help us o. Abeg. Market we no dey fit dey go. No road. All the children wey dey go school, they no dey fit pass again. They no dey fit dey pass again. College dey here. E dey here, nowhere to pass.
But not be so this road be before
no,
now.
No, not be so e be on here motorable. Big trailer.
So you be the motor be the pass here enter the
compass. Yes, na. Motor. We get motor now. We get 3 motor now. Now they fit come out again. No motor. Nowhere to pass. Everything dey there. They enter inside sand. Dey for backyard. Nowhere to pass. I beg, oh, I beg.
Yay! Now, from here now, come this house now, not far again. Olamo. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, and to serve Nigeria with all my strength. Now, erosion, I cut here like this, oh. Now, so it's supposed to be. Madam Do, welcome, oh. If from the fire before this area? No, they come out. They say, yeah, na road before. Yeah, na road before. This place, when I did so, motor, bike, different things, they pass on a road, oh. But, don't tire. Now you are the talk to for. Now you say your house the other side. Exactly. Okay, so come enter inside now. We feel it for inside.
Yes. Thank you. Do, sorry, not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, do. Sorry. My brother don't tell also. So you're saying. When I buy for that place here, I drive from this place like this, go that side, go reach this in Oreo, Palace Road, Oberida Road. But now, no road again. We don't come on the see it the fog, bam, bam, bam. Till now, so you're saying reach. We don't tell many people, but nobody come to our assistance. What do? We can't do it on our own.
So before you drive motor pass here?
Yes, now. From here like this, I'll go Bowo. If I come back, pass through New Benin, enter here. If I don't go Urura now, I'll pass here, go Oreo. That Azura, this thing, what do you call it? Plant. We'll reach there. From the same road, so go there. Won't go Lucky Way now. You pass here, enter Lucky Way. But now we'll not fit again. We'll not fit. See this my house now. Won't collapse.
That small gutter. Now the water they pass woto. Now I can't burn all this one though. Now I can't develop to all this one though. You see, I can't kill myself. Oh. I can't kill myself. Help. I can't kill myself. Oh. I can't kill myself. I'd already kill myself. Federal government, state government, World Bank. When I wake me when I don't do this, please finish. If to say not be God, where we for day? If it not be God, tell me where we for day. Enemies want try to bring us down. They cannot bring us down. down, down, down. Anywhere you there for Nigeria, you there for Edo, for Lagos, for Abuja, for Sokoto, anywhere you there for house, oh, you there for your working place, oh, you there for your business place, oh, you there for America, oh, you there for Europe, oh, you there for UK, oh, you there for Nigeria, oh, you there for Africa, oh, if to say not be God. However, we are there so 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, I come this place. Landlord and landladies wait there for this Ekiwa Ute Road. Many of them run, leave their house. Erosion carry many. Where are they so? As 2 to 3 years ago, it go swallow 2 upstairs. In fact, 3 upstairs. Where are they so? But in case you wonder, are they for Ekiwa Ute Road? Landlord and landladies, tenant, all of them don't run. Landlord don't run. Many houses don't destroy. They come the chateau. 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 But as you watch me now, look the other side of the screen. You see the other side of the screen. That now 3 years ago. But now, see as it be. If it not be God, tell me where we for the not be small thing.
Chop loco.
If to say not be God. If to say not be God, where I did so, house.
Yeah. Musurambu. This place na Musurambu. When I say Musurambu, try to understand what I mean by Musurambu. Who are you to cross here? For even to you to look, don't look the gully. Your mind will fly.
They say this place where me and you there, so I said like 2 upstairs.
Wait, 2 upstairs. I said if you look at that is God. Okwebolo, See, Okwebolo is my governor. He's my governor. What did I say? He's my governor. If I have the means to shake him hand, if I hold a hand like this,
because of this project.
Because of this project. Not only this one, oh. You see that road?
Where they go
Unibe. Now there, we know the park carry motor reach house.
Now here with the park.
Now here with the park. This place. Go use leg, go house. I saw I park motor there. They vandalize my motor.
Hey!
They vandalize my motor. Not only my motor.
No, they don't.
See the way they drive, they come. Wait, I remove hand like this. The motor they move. Oh.
But so many people don't run, no. Landlord and landlady, many of them.
They don't run. See, some buy land here. They sell them. People will buy them. They still sell them. People will buy them. They still sell them again. They are the 4th generational buyer. What's to know?
So today happen.
What's to know?
Shop logo. If to say not be God.
If you not say not be God.
If to say not be God.
If to say not be God.
If to say not be God.
Also no.
Our leaders. Now wow. I should watch them. Shut up. Like them. Drop your comment. This place when I did so. This place when I did so. Look the other side of the television. Show you the city. You see the gully. This place. Show you the see when I come here 3 years ago. Then they show for the other side of the screen. So, wow. Straight to Ute. Many houses there 4. This place he carry like 4 electric pole. Like 3 upstairs. You see that woman and one woman. When they lay down, when they talk. What?
Waiting they happen.
Make it better pass like this. Say make it better pass like this. Say make it better pass like
this. Waiting they happen.
Oh, yeah, me and you start 3 years ago.
Now we know this show.
Eh?
See where we do.
Yeah.
You know this. Now yeah, big hole. Big hole. 1 feet to 2 feet to my house now. Now we do. We not feel near there.
Go that place now. Now see you they watch now for the other side of the screen.
Wasunu, now you be this. I don't come out for as they carry me come out. Make I not come there because of this way. I go Port Harcourt. Now they ask, tell me say you the ask of me. I say I go come. I go come. When I come, this area don't turn to abroad. Abroad now they Okpebolo.
That's how you tell the that day. That's how you tell the that.
Thank you. They not go vote for him for here. Now once he called the very day when they say make he don't win. Before we know, trailer tipper don't come. Trailer don't full road. Before I know, don't award this place. I say, I see him for primary school. This primary school, they won't vote. Night or say, once he can't do this road for us. Every day now they jubilate. They tell me, I say, Bible. Thank you, God will bless you. Up. Once you know up, now you go. You tell me, say, once you start, that they finish them. Now so you tell me, say, not a go, say you don't win. Really, you win, oh. Amen. You win, oh. Amen. This one, many awards now you go get. Amen. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Stand up. Now she so now you they see for the other side of the screen. Hear me and she there so. Now you see the see so. Yes. But what could really happen for this area, landlord and landladies?
Oh, the landlord and landlady they run come out too. Some said their house some the very week when it comes so 2 days to the very day. They said their house were up there. They sell and remove zinc, give Hausa. Me say I don't care where they go. I put my trust in God. And really, God do it for me. You ask me, and I say, people when they get money, I say money not, they say not God. Say not God, now go do it for us. Really, the God come. Through you, when they video me, every time, people, they tell me from abroad that they call. Say that they show me, I say, now this road, Okpebolo come.
What waka for the road? Yes, sir. Now that gully.
Road, I come now. I don't worry since. I come out on Thursday. When I come yesterday night, now I come. I see said the door was stole for you. Hell, Okpebolo, thank you. Okpebolo, thank you. I don't show no carry a house again. No, up, you go. All the people when they pursue you, they go fuck. And you go up. You go up. You don't let my house fall for home. Oh, nowhere to drive, and I hear everybody they drive past now. The whole village now here that they pass now. Okpebolo, thank you.
Oti. See that your house now where you from come out.
See the house enough for come. Obio meno say. Egbe fuere. Walk past Amaboja.
Moto. Inside that gully with the wakaso. Inside that gully.
Inside everybody they want that, eh? Oh, even when they do the work, they say, hey, madam, you were here. I say, I tell you. This police when he follow and say, hey, madam.
See your house.
See my house.
Where tell your house?
Oh, even how they bring you come. Now, God, now they bring you come. This my neighbor, he don't come on.
Okay, see that my house now. Why put her for head?
Now be this one. Every day, not they finish for you again. I don't come back. This one don't come back. Now, because of all, now make it not come back. Okay.
Soon, waiting they happen.
Make it better pass like this. Say make it better pass like this. Say make it better pass like
this. Soon, waiting they happen.
No, I see a bit 3 years ago.
Baba,
yeah, you start so.
See, yeah, now ho. When you say over, say be, you might be not feel look inside. I go turn you. You fear you fall. But Okpebolo will come. It change the life of hotel. Ago.
My brother, I'm a landlord in this community.
Jesus Christ.
Before now, this place wasn't accessible. You can't behold the depth of what a gully did here. It wasn't gully, it was an ecological issue. Okay? But by his grace, God sent a comforter in the person of Okpebolo. My kudos to him. And God will continue to bless him.
There's so many landlords that pack their rock come out from this area.
My brother, touch 50 by 100 for this place now, 10 million. Yes. People sold their home for 800,000, 500,000, 300.
No, how much?
10 million.
Abel,
kudos to him.
Okpebolo abeti awo, selogbe ewo. Okpebolo abeti awo, selogbe ewo, selogbe ewo, selogbe ewo, selogbe. You know, say 3 years ago, you know if you pass here.
No be smart you. 3 years ago, nobody they come here. They pass.
They say this place will swallow like 3 hours here.
Ha, he pass. God is using him mightily. May God bless him and his family.
Where you dey go?
I'm going to my work.
Where's your bike?
I'm going to my store.
Where's your driver's license? Your fire extinguisher, your NIN, and your engineering ID card. Which kind of engineer you dey?
I'm a mechanical engineer.
Mechanical?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sunu, waiting dey happen.
Agumede o, agumede o, agumede o, agumede o. Before, how this road be? Valley.
Deep way.
Deep way.
Yes. If you contain tempo.
Tempo. Many houses.
Many houses for go that side. If you go that side, you see house where they up some TC read down.
As governor don't come down so.
They take am.
Okay, well done, no. Welcome. Respect, oh. This place? No, this place when I did so. As you they watch me now for phone, for television, they look the other side of the screen, whether I left or right. You can see, say, when I come here for 20, as in, let me just say 3 years ago, that house when I sit down for down, where Sasa food is zinc, I go reach there. But I want for it. Okay, I said make I come see myself. When they use rope timing. Okay, they say many people don't run, leave their house for this place. They say landlord, tenant, all of them run. Mommy hides everything. Compliment of the season. How this road can be now?
We thank God for everything, no. You don't enjoy them. Don't be small. Now God's handwork. Now God's handwork, oh.
So many people don't be lose hope for this road.
They don't come out. Even we self. At a time when the thing starts, I bridge the place, oh. But wetin can happen, can pass everybody. That the volume of erosion when they come, carry the bridge. Even in one day, one woman fall enter here. I think that very time I called you. I don't know deal.
Ekiwa, Uta Road, that gully. You know that gully, and now they show so. Landlord, landladies, they pack, leave their house. Many houses with their houses be there, yo. The four enter inside here. You know how many houses there inside here? That's why you now when they watch us, we moat pass your area. Make una not block am. You will be say where water supposed to they pass. Una go they put the thing on the block am. Because water must find the level. If you go different area now, you go see say you get what they call growing gully. The water don't they cut your streets. Let me say how far now? You yourself no say 2-3. You yourself no say 2-3 years. You know if we pass this road before. I be now, he clear. Man, go talk to that my guy. How you doing now?
See. 3 years ago, the moat wey dey this place,
the gully.
See, where that they borrow piece they learn. Borrow piece. You get me advice. People pack leave their house, so ask scatter many full year, many. He ask people ask for moat. Bakery where we get for here, they run.
Hey,
you not be small.
I be now.
Not be play o. Kwego is working. You see, I do shiny, not be lie. He dey deliver as he talk am. He dey deliver.
I agree too.
Everywhere good dey pa.
Increase.
No, that's I do shiny.
Forget to Billy Boys.
The deep gutter. My father's house is along this road. My father's house was almost abandoned. We were thinking it's over, but with the help of the state government, I'm satisfied.
Sunu, waiting dey happen. Also know waiting they happen.
Hello. As I don't tire. Never see off your camera. I will not go off now. Mimi. Yeah. Slam, go up, sit down. Executive. Thank you. You're welcome.
Obonana, they do this road though.
Now we they do at this one also.
Plus at this one. You know say we me you this so. 3 years ago now I said call you with this so.
The time when we start we be saying that 2 years go to finish am. But God help us with the hard working, we finish it up to deep. Because it's too deep. Many houses, where we dey inside here, we know they see house. Until we feel it up. Here in our community, Now so, I'm telling you.
Say if you see something, say something. Mr. Ajayi. So now this one lead to Akiwa Uta Road. This one lead to Uniben. The contractor is tested. I want to go show now one house when I go. Hey! You know where I did so? Look this video where they show so. That house where I lie down on top of the zinc. Now the house, now the building be this. Now on top of the roof now they so. That roof now when I lie down now on top of the building. May you know how erosion. Many landlord and landladies run leave their house. Many landlord and landlady house, gully bury them. That house when I lie down on top of that zinc. Now be this. Drop your comment. Like I'm thank you for the time until they watch also.
So make you wake up as like this, and I pray one day.
Also know waiting they happen.
Certainly the best. Certainly the best.
Hello viewers, welcome to Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji. A lot is currently happening in Nigeria, especially in the area of insecurity. So we're going to be looking at the life sentence that was actually given to the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and the possible social-political implications that it's going to be having in the country. I am Caroline Okonji on Viewpoint. So let's go talk to some of our resource persons and residents of Edo State to hear what their reactions going to be about this particular topic. I am Caroline once again on Viewpoint.
I'm not surprised I was given a life sentence. In fact, I would say that it's even lucky. Because you know, at a point during the trial, he disposed of his team of lawyers. He said he wanted to defend himself. You are not a lawyer, you are standing trial, a trial that the punishment is either life imprisonment or death. So I would say that it's even lucky. At the end of the day, the judge opted to give him life imprisonment in spite of all the provocations, insulting the judges, insulting the lawyers and all that. I think the punishment was even fair on him. You understand? That's the way I look at it. Then if we are talking about the political implication, of course, one would have expected that the president, being that they've actually at times they try to talk peace with Boko Haram terrorists, they try to make peace with bandits that are busy ravaging the northern part of the country. One would have expected that he should have also been given an olive leaf to ensure that there will be peace in the east. Because whether you like it or not, he has thousands or millions of sympathizers that are in the east, especially in the east. Even around the world, you also have some people that are actually very sympathetic to whatever is agitating for, whether rightly or wrongly. So I would have expected the president to leverage on that issue by granting him that amnesty, just like the way they did to Igboho and Co. Because of course, at a point, those ones were also agitating in the western part of the country. He was able to give them, he was able to settle with them, just as we also had with men in the southern side of the south of the country. We also, Yaradua then, when he was alive, was able to grant them amnesty to ensure that there was peace there. Nobody was disturbing the pipelines and everything was going very fine. So I would have expected that this administration would have tried to leverage on that in order to create that enough peace in the east. Because as we are still talking, the sit-at-home order that they are giving is still very relevant, is still being enforced in some states in the east, like especially in Owerri, Imo State. They still observe it. In some other states, they also observe it. So people, even when you want to travel to the east now, you become very apprehensive because you know that you don't know what will happen because of that sit-at-home order and all that. So I felt that the federal government should have leveraged on that. But for him to have said he wanted to defend himself, we as lawyers, immediately made that decision, we knew that there was nothing that was going to save him. Because no matter how you feel that you know the law, you cannot know the law like a lawyer. You know, the lawyers would have been able to look at his the case that was presented by the prosecution and be able to raise a very good, robust defense, raise enough maybe probably discrepancies and loopholes in the prosecution's defense that would have warranted him being maybe being discharged and acquitted of this offense. But he opted to say he wanted to defend himself, that he never needed lawyers again, and this is where we are. Since the trial started, even when he has been convicted now, we have actually not seen an upsurge in the security situation in the east. So it seems as if people have also accepted that he has been convicted and nobody's saying anything. For now, I don't know. It's possible they might have plans to say they want to come out to the street, or to have plans to start demonstrating or maybe attacking government and government institutions and all that. Nobody knows. But for the now, it has actually not affected anything. It has not increased the insecurity in those regions more than where it was before. It has not at all.
I want to say that the sentence given to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the judgment itself and the sentence that followed from the judgment, they were very fair to him, very fair. Ordinarily, the law provides for a death sentence for such an offense, but the judge in his wisdom decided to give him life imprisonment, which is still a subject of controversy in the legal sphere. Now, the question should be, did the judgment flow from the facts, evidence before court? And the answer that will follow is yes. When a prosecution closes its case, they've led evidence as to how they allude or claim that a person committed an offense. It is the duty of that person to allow himself, by way of calling witnesses, to debunk what the prosecution has said. But what the defendant, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, did was to choose, rather than defend himself, he chose to attack the court, was questioning the court at every point, challenging the court's authority over him. That's not how a trial proceeds, and the judge had no choice at that point but to bring his defense to an end, since obviously his action, he's saying that he doesn't have a defense. So the court in his wisdom brought his defense to an end and went ahead to move the matter straight for judgment, since there was really nothing to defend anymore. And when he was also asked to make a written address. Rather than make written address, he brought a motion upon which he attached an address. It is that address the court now took as his address, further address in the matter. So the judgment itself, to me, is sound. Now, coming to the circumstances of security challenge in this country, whether that judgment will aggravate security challenge in this country, I will tell you, security situation in this country is already bad. So we should not, with this our fear of, if I take this step, security challenge will increase. If I take that step, security challenge, that is what has aggravated the security situation in this country. Each step we take, we are looking at, oh, one person, every person, somebody must be offended. That's the truth. As a leader, you are not there to go and serve ice cream. Your job is to go there and deliver justice, no matter whose horse is God. If it is the Igbo man today, give justice to and against him where it's not necessary. If it's an Hausa man, do the same. If it's a Yoruba man, do the same. That is the only issue. The problem people are having is that while you are imprisoning and sentencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are begging and placating the Fulanis that are and other tribes that are presently causing mayhem in this country, because we have seen them. Because people they try to say, oh, the filmmaker that made the movie The Head wanted to just bring bad name to the Fulanis. But we see every day on social media, the Fulanis, the headsmen, they celebrate their actions. And when you see the ones celebrating their actions in the bush, they are Fulanis. They will show you their captives in the bush. So if all the media space is filled up, TikTok is filled up with Fulani headsmen that are keeping people in captivity in the name of they are now in charge of security of this country. They are showing off how much they have decimated the security situation in this country. Then you say we should not talk about their tribe. We should talk about their tribe. Every tribe has bad egg, and it should be dealt with as such. We should not look at the tribe's name. Now you talk about how the Igbos will react. The truth is, the Igbo man has suffered a lot in this country. I will not mince words in saying it. The Igbo man has suffered a lot. I was in Jos Plateau State in 2008 when the Jos crisis was at its peak. Igbo man suffered a lot. You know the painful part, when you will now go to the police station and the court, when you expect to see a large number of persons that were arrested, you will see them today that over 300 persons are in custody. Come next week, nobody is there. No trial takes place. It's as if we treat this security situation as if it's just two fighting. Two people fought yesterday. We just say, oh, don't do it again. We pat them at the back and go home. People die. No, somebody has died. It's not a case of two people fought. It's now a serious offense that must be dealt with all the importance attached to it. In America, one person went and killed somebody in front of the White House there. Killed somebody there. If you see the way the government took it, it's as if they took it as if it is the whole war, as if it was a war. They gave it all the seriousness required. But here, when somebody is killed here, we treat it as if it's foul that was killed. When people, the government will just treat it as if take for example the way they dealt with this Akure, is it Kwara State church kidnapping, where people with people with firearms, brandishing firearms, come into a church and started committing havoc, wreaking havoc, shooting at people. Then they took some away. Then the next day, the government came out proudly, with a shame, to say they are happy to announce that they have rescued these people. After rescuing, what did you now do to those who came to commit the offense?
In my opinion, it's very, very unfortunate that the Nigerian society has degenerated to this extent that we find ourselves judicially and politically. The silence of good people in the face of oppression and cruelty is an injustice to justice. I will not fail to lend my voice against the political conviction, because the offense or the crime committed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not warrant life imprisonment, because though his actions cannot be in any way justifiable, but when there is an incitement of public, there is a provision for it. And when you talk about treason, there must be an evidence that the person who is being charged for treason has in any way connive or collaborate or conspire with other persons in quest to usurp the powers of the state. But in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, he only make verbal statements. There was no evidence that he bear arms. There was no evidence that he waged war against the Nigerian state, and there was no evidence that he killed anybody. So why should he be sentenced to life imprisonment when we have seen recently that the so-called repentant Boko Haram who have killed, who have raped, who have kidnapped, who have waged war, who have committed genocide, we are being forgiven, so to say, by the Nigerian state and be infused into the Nigeria military formation. That's to say, they will grant a presidential pardon. These are the persons who have openly killed, who have steal, and who have destroyed. We have equally seen another terrorist who were arrested, charged to court, and was given just 20 years imprisonment. Meanwhile, in the case of Kanu, someone who have never been seen bearing arms, who have never seen been killing someone, who have never seen destroy anything, was sentenced to life imprisonment. I have this to say. This is a political convention, not a lawful or a judicial convention. If it were to be in accordance with the law, he would have been given 5, 6, 10 years as the case may be imprisonment, not to be sentenced to life imprisonment, because his offense warrant life imprisonment. In its entirety, he doesn't warrant life imprisonment. Like I have said, I condemn his actions for inciting violence, but that offense does not warrant life imprisonment. So the Nigeria actors, the political actors, should look into the conviction and the processes so that it doesn't lead to or compound the socio-political unrest in the eastern part of the country and other part of the nation. So the Nigerian state should be very careful, because we have series of insecurities that the state is trying to deal with. They shouldn't compound the problem. I think what the federal government is trying to do, everything happening about Nnamdi Kanu is purely political. It is not in accordance with the law. Yes, the Nigerian government have the right to transfer him to any correctional service, maybe for the purpose of his safety, because they are also fearful that the Biafran agitation might also have plans or motive to get into the prison and rescue him out of prison. Perhaps that would be the government fear. Again, I am not also comfortable that transferring to the northern part of the country is also safe or politically wise enough, being for the fact that the northern part of the country and the eastern part of the country have been an loggerhead. We remember vividly perspective to what happened during the Civil War. So we wouldn't want a situation whereby even the bandits or those in the north that doesn't have the good interest of the east will also get at him in the prison, because if he dies in the prison unjustly, that will amount to series of insecurity if it will not warrant another civil war in this country.
Treason or levying war against the state could likely take death or life imprisonment. If you see what the consequences of the actions of indigenous people of Biafra has taken a toll on the southeast. Some people have died. They are trying to secede. It's a very serious decision for a part of a country to want to secede. We saw what happened in the United Kingdom when the Republic of Ireland wanted to secede. The United Kingdom fought tooth and nail to ensure that they stop it, although eventually part of Ireland seceded. No country takes it lightly. And so, taking into cognizance the socio-economic, socio-political dynamics of his sentence, it will dampen the morale of every Southeasterner, because generally people are saying that it seems that the Southeast is caged. But I think if Nnamdi Kanu and his group are going to pipe low, then a political situation can be found so that peace can be restored to the southeast. There's a political aspect to it. The thing is that, is Nnamdi Kanu ready to back down from his agitation? Like I said, no nation takes it lightly when you want to break up the nation. Because if you look at all our constitutional conference, one aspect that has always been non-negotiable is the territorial integrity and the unity of this country. You don't negotiate it. And so we have fought a war before and nobody wants a war. Even the Nnamdi Kanu that he's talking about, was he part of those who fought that war? Most of the people who are talking about the levying war against the state were not part of the war fought in the 60s. And I think that the East should reconsider warming up to the Federation and other regions, stretch their hands across the Niger and shake the Southeasterners and restore them back into the nation as friends, brothers, and co-partners in the building of Nigeria.
Though, if we really want to follow the laws of the land, what the federal government has done was done in the right direction. But we can also say that sometimes the hand the father used to beat the child is the also same hand to bring that child back to the body. What Nnamdi Kanu did, truly we can say it's wrong, because you cannot shout war in a country and don't also expect the consequence. People like related Kwabiola also suffer same fate when they declare themselves as president, because we are in a sovereign nation, we are in a nation where laws abide. So I think what the federal government did was done in the right direction. But can we say, is it not going to also affect politically? Definitely yes, you can't say no about that. The reason is because Nnamdi Kanu is a voice as we speak. After the demise of Odumegwu Ojukwu, Nnamdi Kanu became the voice that the Igbo people believe in. 60% of them believe in the cause of Nnamdi Kanu. So it's also going to disturb the political calculation from that angle. And taking him to the area where, to me, it's not also safe for the very just now, was also something done in the bad faith. But what I would excuse is that if they put him in Kuje prison, it's going to be a sort of mecca where people come to visit him. That goes to tell you the type of person that has been arrested. For you to know that if you keep him here, that place is going to be a beehive of activities. It goes to show that person. So I think we will also come to the table of the president to beg, to have leniency, to beg, to say what he has done before can be seen and be forgiven. Because we are in a country where people slaughter, people kidnap, people kill people, show their guns, and nothing is done to those people. The same government that has given out the Kalu this faith will also say those people, we see those people and also negotiate with them, giving them mouth-watering excuses to make sure that what was done to these other people is done in bad faith. So to me, we must be transparent to accept Nigeria does not live in a better tripod. We live in a place where some people carry AK-47s and they are negotiated with, and somebody else is seen with a knockout or a pistol, and the person is charged for illegal possession of firearms. So it's a country where the laws are for some people and the law is for some people. So to me, the federal government should see how best Nnamdi Kanu issue should be nipped on the bud, not to cause another worse-off crisis in that eastern region.
First and foremost, commend the judge for taking such a stand in such a very, very sensitive case. We all knew that the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have lingered for this long. I think he was first arrested in 2015 and on and on and on. And the judgment came just a week or so ago. Be that as it may, I think I wouldn't want to belabor myself with the issue of cessationist agitation for states their own right of self-determination, which of course is a rule of customary international law, and it is also enshrined in the International Covenant for Civil and Political Rights of 1966. I think Article 1, Sub 3, that they have a right of self-determination, but there are laid down rules and procedure for that. I think the major charge against him was that related to terrorism on a 7-count charge, and we are looking at the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022. Somehow, there are laid down penalties for the offense of terrorism, which of course, I would say the judge was fair enough to follow such provisions of that law, even though Nnamdi Kanu was not actually charged under that Terrorism Act of 2022. But however, that would be another case for the appellate court to look into. Then, looking at the socio-political aspect, for now, it seems to be calm, but I am sure that by the time they go on appeal and the case begins to go otherwise, there's going to be a kind of uprising, especially in the southeastern part of Nigeria. And that may not augur well so much for the security aspect of our nation, especially now that we are grappling with the issue of Nigeria being a country of a particular concern by stating from the American president point of view. Of course, I will say here and now that there are so many windows still open for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and for peace to also reign in the southeast. For example, I think there's a rumor making around that leaders, political thoughts, leaders from the southeastern part are trying to lobby the presidency if it can be granted pardon. I think if anybody is trying to question the position of the judge, why will he take such a stern position of life imprisonment? I will say that according to a very good jurisprudential school of thought, it said law can be defined as what the court says it is. So I believe the judge also follow that line of wanting to look at the law of terrorism and see that Nnamdi Kanu is given just what he deserves. I want to say here, as one who is abreast with the law to some extent by the grace of God, from the day he decided to defend himself, that he doesn't need the services of his lawyers, I think that was a very great error on his part, because the lawyers, they have the law at their breast and they have a way of also using persuasive arguments to sway the courts. And I hope that he will learn from this so that during appeal, he will allow his lawyer to take over the case. I think with this little, I can say, I hope that it will not escalate to a kind of uprising as regard to the issue of security, especially in the eastern part of Nigeria.
Having heard all that has been said from our respondents about the judgment that was actually given to the IPOB leader, some are of the opinion that it was a well-deserved judgment, while some are saying that the judgment should have been treated with human face and that he deserved to be pardoned. It's Viewpoints on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji, and bye for now.
Certainly the best.
The man went out to bring in thugs to come and beat her.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, do you think women would have seen that and still want to speak?
Really, we're talking
That's
about.
what I said.
So
So,
that's-
when they bullied her,
Yeah.
now, if she's not bold enough, she will shut up.
What is your advice for girls out there that are so desperate to be married?
We women, we have to be really intentional about our parenting.
If you know a child is being abused, or you see signs, a bruise or a child, it has to be investigated.
People barely even breathe when they are going for a shrebi and something.
Party.
You have to be
They can't
smart.
sit
If
down.
you see where they are dressing them or are dragging on both sides, you cannot. You cannot breathe.
That's what
And these
matters.
women will stay in those events for hours just to keep up with that beauty trend.
Is that healthy?
That's not healthy.
I am Patricia Uremu Gabriels, and we're reaching you live from our Lagos Network studio. Of course, Women in Conversation is a program designed for women to discuss about themselves.